Grace's hands are shaking in the new RE9 footage. It's subtle, but look closely at that tremble. With the new leak basically confirming Leon Kennedy is back, this creates a crazy contrast. You have Grace barely holding it together versus Leon, the most composed agent in the series. That dynamic, it might not just be story, it might be a mentor mechanic where you have to balance her panic with her precision. Let's break down how this one tiny detail changes everything. Alright, let's start with what's right in front of us. Grace has good form, shoulder steady, grip correct, stance solid. This is not somebody who's never held a gun before. She looks like someone who's had at least some firearm training, which lines up with her FBI background. But the second she actually aims down the sights, the barrel wobbles, her breathing tightens, you can practically feel her trying to hold back panic. And it's not just her, it's the whole scene. The lighting feels suffocating, very RE7 energy. The environment feels heavy, oppressive. So when you put all of that together, this does not feel like an animation oversight. This feels intentional. Capcom knows exactly what they're doing when they add micro tremors like this. Now here's where it gets interesting. Grace is FBI. She shouldn't be holding the gun like a rookie, but FBI training does not prepare you for shooting at undead, mutated nightmare creatures in a collapsing environment. Shooting on a calm range is one skill. Trying to breathe steadily while something infected is moving towards you in the dark, completely different situation. So to me, this moment isn't about her being bad with a gun. It's about shock. She's out of her depth. We've actually seen Capcom do this subtly before. Ethan's reloads got more confident as RE7 went on. Claire became way less frantic deeper into the RPD in the RE2 remake. But with Grace, they seem to be dialing it up to 11. Why? Because I think they are setting up a massive contrast. This is where the new leak changes everything. If you're hyped for Leon's return, hit that like button real quick. We now have leaked art basically confirming that Leon Kennedy is in RE9. Even the box art backs this up. Grace is front and center. She's the vulnerable one. Leon is looming in the back, the veteran presence. The art literally shows us the skill gap, and that instantly makes Grace's shaky aim way more than just a cool detail. It turns it into a design choice, because if you have two playable characters, Grace and Leon, Capcom needs to make them feel different to play, not just in their dialogue, in your hands. So imagine this. You start the game as Grace. She's scared, her aim wobbles, every shot feels like a risk. You feel her anxiety every time you pull the trigger. You struggle, you survive, you barely scrape through encounters, and then at some point the game switches perspectives. Suddenly, you're Leon. No shaky aim, no hesitation, crosshair steady, movements efficient. You instantly feel that you are now controlling someone who has survived Raccoon City, Spain, and everything in between. That contrast alone tells you everything about these two characters without a single line of dialogue. Grace equals human fear, Leon equals living weapon. If Capcom leans into this using aim stability as a storytelling tool, that might be one of the smartest gameplay contrasts they've ever done. So the deeper question becomes, does Grace stay shaky forever? I don't think so. This is Resident Evil. Trauma is basically a requirement. Something is going to break her, and something is going to force her to rebuild. It could be a teammate dying, a betrayal, or just a slow realization that she is alone. But as she survives, I think we will see that aim stabilize. We won't need a skill tree or an upgrade menu to tell us she's getting stronger. We'll feel it in the controller. The wobble will disappear, the reloads will get faster. We are literally watching her grow through gameplay. So now I want to hear from you. Do you want Grace's aim to organically improve over time as she hardens, or do you like the idea of her staying a little shaky the whole game to keep that survival horror tension alive? And how do you feel about Leon coming back? Do you want him to feel like a total power spike compared to Grace, or should they be more balanced? Drop your theories in the comments. I am reading every single one of them. The Game Awards are literally hours away. If we get a trailer, a teaser, or even just a logo, I am breaking it down immediately, so hit that sub button so you don't miss the analysis when it drops. Stay creepy, my friends. That is all I got for now.